We're at the halfway mark of the 2009 Masters, and we're joined once again by Steve Band, coach to Stuart Appleby and KJ Choi. Steve, I know it's been a long day, so thanks for joining us again.
Not a problem.
So, close call today for Stuart Appleby, making the cut on the number at +1 after a 73. 4 birdies in the round today, so he's obviously doing a lot of things right. What's missing at the moment?
Well, he's making bogeys. That's the problem. I mean, he started off with nice birdies on 1 and 2, and then he hit a poor iron shot into 5 that cost him a bogey. Nearly birdied 6, nearly birdied 7, and then on 8 he hit a beautiful drive and only had 4 iron into the par 5 and hit a fat pull into the trees and was lucky to make par. But right at that point, if he knocks that on the green, makes birdie, he's 2 under, and you're in a different frame of mind. You're thinking more about getting yourself in contention for the weekend. But then a couple of wrong clubs on 9 and 12, and all of a sudden he was 2 over. So had to make a couple of birdies coming in, and unfortunately bogeyed the last. But look, he's making enough birdies, but too many mistakes.
Just building on that, we're starting to see a pretty packed leaderboard. How thin is the margin at the top level between being around the cut line and then actually contending on the weekend?
Well, the 10-shot rule they always have at the Masters, and this cut's only 44 players as well. So you know that the difference between, at a minimum, the difference, or I should say at a maximum, most times the difference is only 10 shots between the leader and the guys that make the cut, and it's turned out that way again. So, the theory behind that is anybody within 10 shots after 2 rounds can win the golf tournament if they go out and have a good day on moving day tomorrow.
Steve, a couple of players from the Band Lynch stable are still in the mix. Aaron Baddeley fell back a bit today with a 74, but Geoff Ogilvy is nicely placed at 3 under without really doing anything special the first couple of days. How's he feeling about his game, and how do you rate his chances this weekend?
Oh, look, Geoff, most of the critics, commentators over here on different television and radio programs have been listening to, Geoff's really one of the favourites. Obviously everyone talks about Tiger, but Geoff's the informed player this year. He's number 3 or number 4 player in the world now. He's won World Golf Championship and the Mercedes Championship this year, but he's the informed player. Geoff could go out and shoot 4 or 5 under tomorrow and be a really good chance on Sunday.
So, do Dale and yourself tape your players at all at the range, or analyse TV coverage at all during a tournament?
Very rarely analyse TV coverage, because most of the time we're out there with it. And when you've been out there for 12 hours, the last thing you want to do is come home and look at more golf. And we tend to, as I've mentioned earlier in the week, try and stay away from the television and the golf when we get back to the house. But we both video the players on the range and have a look at their swings and see if everything's right where we want it. I haven't pulled the video out much at all this week because both Stuart and KJ were swinging the club exactly the way I wanted them to.
Steve, a disappointing week for KJ, missing the cut at +4 after 72 today. What positives, if any, can he take from this week, and any lessons learned?
Oh, look, the positives he can take. He knows he's swinging it well, and he's happy with. Look, this golf course is such a fine line between scoring well and not scoring well. KJ was actually pretty happy with the way he hit the golf ball. The problem that KJ's run into that we're trying to deal with is his stock shot over the last few years has been a fade, and it's been a very, very successful fade. He's had 7 wins in the last 2.5 years around the world. But he wants to be more competitive on the longer golf courses like Augusta and Bethpage coming up later this year. And to do that, you need to hit the ball straight or with a little bit of a draw to get a bit more penetration in your irons. So most of our practice has been moving the ball that way. KJ's been practicing draw shots and straight shots with his driver all week, and he stood up on the first hole yesterday and aimed left and tried to hit a fade. So taking your new swing and your new shots to the golf course in the heat of competition is always a hard thing to do, and And KJ, that's the hurdle we've got to get over. He's hitting it great on the range. He's hitting it further. He can move it right to left when he needs to, but he doesn't quite trust it yet.